got an amazing template of the week that I need to share with you. Have you ever had a seller ask, what do I do for a home inspection, right? Is there anything I need to do? Well, today we're gonna solve that problem because I got a what to do for a home inspection guide for you. Okay, this is the seller version of, hey, somebody's gonna come to your house to check it out. What should you do, Mr. Seller, to make sure everything goes over well? Listen, I've had cars in the garage blocking the attic entrance, okay? I've had boxes stacked in front of the electrical box. There's just so many little things where you're like, oh, I forgot about this. Or, hey, your house is vacant, don't turn off the utilities, right? We need them for the home inspection. I mean, there's so many little things that sometimes seem so trivial. So if you have something like this, okay, nothing is gonna be missed. And you guys know I like to make sure that everybody knows exactly what to do. So it talks about, first up, what is covered and what isn't covered, okay? Preparing your client that somebody might be running your dishwasher, your washer, your dryer, the oven, okay, might prevent people from putting plastic items into the oven. Now, luckily, my inspector has always opened up the oven and checked. But let's assume somebody is trying to hide some, Tupperware or something from the dish that was drying in the oven, because, trying to make it seem like there's so much space. What if they turn on the oven and all the plastic melts? Like, there's just so many things, right? And yes, the home inspector should look, and yes, we can argue that's a liability thing for the home inspector, but why not prepare our seller for this, okay? And then also maybe like talking about the exterior. My inspectors are very often coming to the house 30 minutes early to start on the outside, because if the weather isn't as nice, why would the client just stand outside for 30 minutes following the home inspector around, right? So sometimes they get there early, and letting people know that this might be happening just is, again, good professionalism, knowing what to expect and giving them a heads up. Then we got a checklist, and you guys know I love checklists, like obsessed. Your sellers will be thankful too. If they can avoid some of these most common, things such as, hey, do your downspouts extend far enough away from the house? Like, that's not a big deal. But again, having a well-maintained home, at least the way it should appear to a home inspector, will put the buyer's mind at ease that this home was well taken care of. So really go through the most common things that you see. Now, I do tell my sellers, listen, we're not looking to fix a ton of stuff, because if we fix it, chances are the buyer's gonna ask for even more. And if you're planning to fix it anyhow, might as well just say yes to the request. But there's some certain bigger things that I think we should definitely address. So something like no evidence of leaks from the septic tank. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, that can be really big. Landscaping, making sure that you don't have a bunch of dead trees around. Making sure that your roof is in good shape, that no shingles are missing, that no nails are sticking up. I mean, you can just go around with a hammer, right? Provided it's not, as a seller, not as an agent, please don't climb up on people's roofs. But a seller can just tap down some of those nails. Like, it's not a big deal, but it really shows that something was maintained. Having your gutters cleaned, right? Making sure that your vents are clean. Making sure that your windows are in good shape. Making sure you don't have peeling paint, right? I mean, there's so many things that, and again, you can go through it with your seller, okay? I don't think this is necessarily a guide. I'd be like, okay, here you go, read it, and have the seller go to town. He'd be like, that's a lot of work. I'd be like, hey, let's go through your house with this list, and let's evaluate together of what might be important, what might not be. And you can just cross out or make notes of like, hey, this is something we may want to address. This is something, and that's probably something you could also do before listing, like you could rename it. Instead of preparing for a home inspection, you could just say preparing your home for today's picky buyer. Like, there's so much versatility on these guides from Elevated Agent that, again, you're doing yourself a favor to just grab it, get the template, print it, and then see how it fits into your business, because that's typically what I do. Okay, so again, the checklist that's all there, what the inspector typically looks for, right? What they can inspect. There's just so much stuff in there. Preparation, it talks about all of that. Let's see. And then just a team photo of, hey, good job, right? I love this guide. I think having that in place will also separate you from somebody that's like, hey, home inspection is on Tuesday at 3, good luck, right? Versus, okay, remember, we've done this, right? This is customer service to me. This is where somebody says like, wow, thank you so much for walking me through this, right? A big one in my area is radon. Okay, hey, did you make sure that your sump pump cover was put on and the sump pump was sealed? Because if there's an opening in the ground, chances may be that you have a higher likelihood of getting radon, and radon is rather expensive. So again, just trying to be proactive can go a long, long way. And then the seller will also remember you going the extra mile. So check that one out. You can get it as usual at bit.ly/get templates now, and then just type in home inspection or home inspection checklist, and it should pop right up. So thanks as always for watching the video of the template of the week. And my name is Janine Sassel, the owner of the Hyperlocal Agent, and I'll see you in the next video.